All right, let's get into the Peking duck that I mentioned a week or so ago. And RFK is sounding a little crazy and quackers as his ringer is going off. And he flips the pyramid and that mountain in a way for that food and that poof on the backside mirror. But he told you also that it's been upside down this whole time. So you're part of this delusion that has been placed upon the earth. And this fat, basically, in your Formula One, also, that type of racing, I'm going to do a little video on this, but they take out one fat of the milk and they replace it with that high oleic fats and stuff. So these things are all replacing the oils within, and that oil within helps burn that light, and unfortunately that light is going out, and that's why we have the illnesses that we have today, the mental disease that we have today, the obesity we have today, the autism we have today, the Alzheimer's, dementia. It goes on and on and on. And diabetes 2 is a clear representative. Well, this is a diet related thing. Well, just give me a fucking needle. Well, okay. So that symbiotic relationship has already been taking place. The DNA, the RNA, whether it's with food, drink, and whatever, and there is a natural food and drink and such in this world, and man has taken it. It's become corrupt in one way, shape, or form, and now it's not just processed, it's ultra processed. And they take out this mineral and vitamin here, and they give it to you over here, just like they do from day one. And the babies and all these things are absorbing all this shit from day one. So they have no chance because mom, dad got Fox News blasting, not fucking stop. So they are seared. Dawn is done, and that dawn of time, and that time is money, and that crypto, the dead rising, is here upon the earth. The abyss is coming up. As the petrodollar, that petro sun, that dark sun, that dark yellow fluid that we pump from the earth, that we have stolen from the earth. All for what? For profits. So you can have this begotten sun over here, this begotten sun over here that chemically alters you and controls you. Why am I eating these fucking Takis? They're like bluer than a crayon. And that cryon is about to come to fruits. As you're going to that wax, the 23 acts. We've already seen these 23 clocks, and now we're headed to 2026 on the alpha zone, and that's also 23 on your little divide. And as you become united, you divide. Especially when you take out the liberty, which is freedom with responsibility, and you have no responsibility anymore. So this is where your government sees these things going on in one way, shape, or form, and this is where they're snapping the neck on the beast structure that we're being told, as far as you got to follow this system if you want to get the SNAP benefits. And the devil, the evil, all those things, the serpent is rising up these trees of life, and your ultra processed, Ultraman, all that shit's coming. And your empty EMP shelves, the shells are part of that turd dills. The turd dills are coming for your crapture. Well shit, there ain't anything in here. Can you believe they only got carrots today? Spaghetti squash! It's gonna be like rations. Like your food bank lines and those type of things coming. For those who are waiting in line, basically. You gotta wait in line. Well, you've used up this much energy in the old heaven, and we're going to this new heaven, so we're gonna have a little bit of a different tax system, so. It's an energy exchange system, so the money in one form is going, it's an energy exchange. We don't need that in this new system. We're gonna go to this other structure. So Trump with Chevron and Exxon and the other major oil executives, the major, that sandwich, that mayo, or those tomatoes. How many slices of tomatoes? The 28, before tribulation, seals, trumpets, vials, king. 2028, the cards are being set now. 2026 is a 28 with a crowning. The 2, the cross, the Trump. On the 23, the W, the 2 magnetics coming together. And those magnetics either, or they, okay, so that's all part of the karate chop, for the dojo and the dugo and the things playing upon the earth as you're going into those martial arts, the marital arts, and the bride and groom situation. That bride-groom situation is in your house, and out there is your neighbors. Your neighbors out there in space. As they told you, space is flat. It's also a projection. It's where you see the movies coming in as you're in a flat screen TV or flat net, and then you have a projection screen that has the sun on the flatness, whatever. That's what we're in, folks. Goes forever. They keep this little bubble, little Antarctic circle, or little globe. It's more than just a globe, folks. It's a new world order, and we're ordering this and ordering that, and we got this there, we got that there, we got the 8th continent underwater supposedly. Well, it's got to come up out of water at some point. Probably tied to your Hawaii when it blows. Washes out the coastlines. We see these seashells, and you got to get all this land refertiled in one way. So you got to bring all that ocean water up and bring it back down. Spiritual speakings and such, in a way, as far as you got your everything going up into your crypto, your Bitcoin, that one eye on the top of the capitalism system. And now Trump has come in and busted the bubble. Well, businesses or corporations can no longer buy these types of things. So now your false prophet and all those things are all colliding as your 2008 bubble was saved by this over here is taken over and built up this bubble. Now it's gathered up enough, and it's here to reset the structure and an economic system, and all these things are eventually owned by the government when you track it back to wherever source. And then your BlackRock was like a mercenary group way back when, and then now it's what we know it today. So it's basically a government institution. Your Bitcoin started by the government. They got all these bullshit stories or whatever, but it's whatever. That's a whole nother story. The point of this is they just flip the delusion on you, and we're gonna see the so-called truth and justice, the Jesus and such, coming upon the earth as you've been put in that lie of Satan and the king, and that king is gathering up this, and the king of the underworld, of the Hades, the Pluto and such, the oil coming up as all these things collide in our world and come to the surface. This is where we're at, and where these things we've been watching and tracking, and these different May Days and May Musk and whatever, as these cards are going around the so-called round table of the Arthur, the Thor, and that's the one with the hammer and the lightning and all that, with the, either way, y'all, it goes on and on. Just so you understand the little parables and the signs and symbols all around you, just as Jesus told you. And the whole day is the beginning declared from the end. The end is the beginning, and all these merges of time, and everything is here and built on these things, and you're programmed into it. And calendar system is a program, and these people, these stars, this movies change lives and all these things. It's all a type of program being set out in one way, shape, or form.